Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to another episode of Sharktober, as today we're going to be taking a look at another interesting set in my action figure collection, as we have none other than the cast of Stranger Things in their Ghostbusters uniform released by McFarlane Toys in, I believe, 2018. So this is a very fascinating set just because one, Stranger Things is probably one of my favorite modern era shows. On top of that, with Stranger Things coming to an end, what better way than to take a look at these figures? And on top of that, with the realm of Sharktober, October, and Ghostbusters and Halloween, you can't go wrong with taking a look at these figures just because it all fits the whole theme very well. I also do want to mention that the soundtrack for Stranger Things is probably one of my favorite soundtracks that I've heard in a very, very long time. So if you haven't heard any of the songs related to this series, go ahead and check it out, especially in the month of October. It really sets the fall vibes really, really well. Alright, so up first, let's take a look at Dustin, and this is a very well detailed figure. Now, McFarlane Toys does a great job at capturing some type of detail in their figures, despite being a little bit more on the bigger, I guess, 7-inch scale size. I think these are a little bit more on the slightly under 7, maybe 6, I don't remember, but pretty cool. I love the smile and the smirk that Dustin has, the curly hair, everything about it is very accurate, so that's good. The outfit itself, classic Ghostbusters, traditional, the brown uniform, they're all wearing brown, which is awesome. He does have a patch right there on his left side, and then you can see the joints there, nice creases by the elbow joints, and even texturings there by the torso piece and legs. He does have the Ghostbusters logo, which is awesome. I love that. And then everything else about it, more in the standard brown size. He's got his sneakers on, which is great. They got the Stranger Things stand, which is awesome. At least it works really well. So that's good. He is carrying the proton pack, and it's very well detailed. Forgive me for the lack of posing, but it is what it is. I do like the sculpting of this one. It looks awesome. Look at the gauges, the knobs, and just the wiring and the intricate detail to it. I love the hose piece, nice texturing. So I do give McFarlane Toys credit for giving us even coloring on here, which is not, what a lot of modern companies don't really do most of the time. He does have the proton pack gun beam right there, and yeah, I just like how he has the trap right there, very nicely detailed too. So I love how each character has like their own piece and gimmick to it, which is great. So it's a nice looking figure. Love it, love the hair, everything about it just screams out Stranger Things. So that is Dustin. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at Will, and he's probably not by any means my favorite character of the series. There's just something about him I don't really like. But he plays a very pivotal role to the series. So his eyes are a bit looking towards the right side, and I know McFarlane Toys at this era said he wanted to do like dynamic poses of having figures look in different directions. But he does have that bowl cut hair. I love the strands sculpted on it. You probably not sure if you can tell on camera, but it looks really great. And yeah, I mean, just the facial expression looks great. He does have like some blush on his cheeks and stuff, slightly lipstick. Looks a bit more feminine, but it's fine. And I do like how he has the patch right there showing that he's Spengler, so he's Egon within the group. Otherwise, everything else looks good. I mean, he's got the Ghostbusters logo right there. Same outfit design as the other characters, and then you just got like articulation there, which is pretty cool. Sneakers came out fine. Stand is great. And yeah, I mean, he's got the proton beam right there holding on. The back looks pretty great, same as the other one, so nothing too new, but it's a great addition. I just love it. So details are all captured very well on these figures, so I like it. So that is Will. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at Lucas, and this is a pretty well sculpted figure. I mean, look at that head sculpt. That pretty much looks like him exact to a T. I love the facial expression. I love how he has like that stern look. He has that Venkman, so he's Peter of the group, and everything else about it. The texturing on the hair all came out pretty well. Love the overall design of it, and it's got the Ghostbusters logo. And you can see all the texturing there on the pants. You got some dirt and black wash there, which is really great. Some great attention to detail. Look at all those creases and strands and sculpts right there. Sneakers, very nice. Got the grays and blues, which looks great. You can see the strings on the shoes, which is freaking awesome. He does come with a camcorder, so that looks really, really great. I love the detail on the camcorder. Very classic, very nostalgic to that time, so pretty great. He does have his proton pack, looking pretty good. It's pretty similar as the rest, so otherwise everything else is pretty standard. But it's a very well detailed looking figure. I mean, just look at that. I think he probably has the best sculpt out of everyone. I'm pretty sure it's as accurate as it can get. So just look at the eyebrows, the eyes, everything about it looks freaking awesome. So yeah, that is Lucas. And last but not least, we have the leader of the group, aka Mike, and this is a pretty good looking figure. I mean, I do like the detail of it, like the design, pretty spot on. I mean, it looks like him from that time. I mean, the eyes look pretty good. He kind of has like a more duller lip tone, which is kind of weird, but the hair is fine. I think this is before he got all that curliness to it, which is cool. Even he's also Peter Venkman, so I think I remember in the show they were both arguing who's Peter of the group, so I guess that's pretty funny. Black undershirt is fine, the straps, all that pretty cool. He does have the Ghostbusters logo, so that's great. And I just like the whole black wash, and you can see the zippers and the sculpting of the buttons and stuff, all that pretty cool. You can see the black wash, creases on the pants, the sneakers with all that dirt and the wear usage looks really awesome. I'm glad that they did all that. The stand looks great. You got the proton pack, hands are fine. The beam sculpted pretty well. All that looking, I like the coloring. You can see the individual knobs and stuff, and the wiring textures right there, all looking pretty good. So pretty cool. I mean, knowing that this is all part of the, I like to consider the upside down world version, so I wanted to pay homage to that in the thumbnail. So pretty cool. Otherwise, it's a very nice looking figure. The eyes look a bit, he looks dead and soulless, which is pretty funny, but so I like that. So that is Mike. Alright, you guys, so that was my Stranger Things Ghostbusters collection, as we have Lucas, Dustin, Mike, and Will. And it's a bittersweet ending to know that the show is coming to an end, but, you know, all good things must go. So I'm very happy to at least have something Stranger Things related in my collection, even if it is the Ghostbusters uniform that they wore in one of the seasons. So very awesome to have, and one day I hope to kind of update these figures in the future in terms of having, you know, the main villain and maybe Eleven and Harper at some point, but just the Halloween spirit can't go wrong with these figures. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe for more action figure reviews in the month of Sharktober, and I'll see you all in the next episode.